So I'm sure a lot of people did end up seeing this yesterday that the first reveal of gameplay for Clutch was finally shown. Now, the first thing I want to mention, guys, is the gameplay you are seeing is from VGC. Check out the link in the description to watch that video. That's where this gameplay is from, as obviously I did not get my hands on this game. Although, to be honest, I would love to play the game early. I think that'd be really cool. I have no idea to do that. But either way, though, there's a few things I did want to talk about with this gameplay and stuff, as I do feel like people are kind of having mixed opinions and talking about a lot of the things that they see. And there's a few things I did notice when watching the trailer, as I did end up watching it like 3 or 4 times. So the first thing I got to say, though, is to be honest, I think the game looks pretty dang good, and it's way more polished looking than I thought it was going to be. I mean, this game is obviously a year out. We can name some other games here, if you know what I'm saying. That did not look nearly as polished, and they released pretty much half-baked and doomed, if you know what I mean. So it honestly looking pretty dang clean for the most part. I do like the way the game is looking and all that. I think the graphics are pretty solid. I know people will probably come out of nowhere and go, "Oh, but blocked. This is Unreal Engine 5 slop." Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? But I think what they have done so far is a lot better than other UE5 games we have seen. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of the things people have been noticing in this game, for example, guys, the one part I will show this is the Blue Mustang flying around the turn with the grappling hook thingy, which to be real, I actually think that's kind of dope. I might end up getting attacked for it, but I kind of think it's kind of cool. You don't have to use it. It's something you can equip and run. Basically, thinking of the weapon system that was in Hot Pursuit, it's kind of like that, but a little bit different. To be real, though, I think it's kind of something cool. I mean, I'm interested in this. It seems like it doesn't make the handling funky. You basically slide around. I'm sure people might go, "Oh my goodness, is that the asphalt drift camera?" You know what I mean? But funny part is, right after that in the M3 GTR, in that one scene, it does show, driving a little bit of drifting. I would say the drifting does look pretty cool. The animation for the grappling hook, guys, to be honest with you, I don't really think it's a huge deal. I mean, that's just me. I'm honestly open to different things in racing games and different things being tried here. Because one thing I find funny about a lot of games is everyone wants changes in the games, right? They want different things in the games. And when some of these developers actually do it, they get upset and they complain. They're like, "No, that's kind of dumb." It's like, "Well, bro, they're trying to do something different. Do you all want another festival racer? We don't need another game copying Forza. Forza is its own league right now. It's clearly one of the biggest racing games ever in the entire series, right?" I'm personally super open to having different ideas and different things like what Clutch is doing because I think it would be good for the genre as well to explore with different avenues instead of just copying the same type of formula. So something like the grappling hook and different things, I would say is honestly pretty cool. From there, though, the next part they did end up showing honestly gets me hyped up is the police that you did notice in this one scene. Now, I gotta say, I think the police is probably going to be really fun in this game. I'm kind of glad we'll have another open world racing game that is not Need for Speed with police. I'm honestly pretty hyped for that to see how it goes. And I'm kind of insanely interested to see how a lot of the police chasing will go when you are playing with people and how that's going to work and all that good stuff. So, to be real, I'm pretty dang excited for that. And it's kind of funny seeing police in this game, as I do remember back on Test Drive, they said adding police or something, or the AI of police was insanely difficult. So, I'm happy to see this. I really am. After that, though, guys, the next big part, it says Maverick Games. Gotta shout out to them because they're doing a great job. I mean, I gotta say it. This map honestly looks pretty dang amazing. From the scenes they are showing, guys, and the parts of the map they are showing here, it really does look pretty dang clean. I gotta say that. Like, it's looking pretty good. I am also interested in how the story on this game is going to work, as you guys probably did end up seeing how you can, like, walk in the house and all that. And again, this footage is not mine. But this other footage you guys will end up seeing, I did end up getting from Dustin Eden. So I will leave that entire video in the link in the description because I was watching through that. And honestly, it was getting me pretty hyped up on what was being shown in that video. I also do know Black Panther showed some stuff and also Sitwaj as well. So I'm honestly just glad this game is being shown and hopefully we'll get some positive light to it as I have been noticing some things there. But a few things I did want to talk about with this though, I am glad the game is obviously story driven. As I said in the other video, I'm glad they're kind of doing this because it will be kind of a nice change seeing the game being story driven. And I don't know how people will take this, guys, as I have been seeing comments of people pretty much going, "Oh man, it's story driven." I mean, I don't really care for that. And it's like, well, people always want a story driven game. And then now that we're kind of getting one, people don't care for it. Bro, I do not understand half of this stuff going on, bro. Truly, I really do not understand the look of things, if I'm being real though, because some of it just don't make any sense whatsoever. Because people ask for things and they get it in some of these other games, and then apparently they don't want it now, and they kind of want no story. I don't know which one it is anymore, but either way, to be honest, I am interested to see how the story in this game is going to be and how it's going to evolve. And is there a new game plus? Is there different things that are tied to it? I'm super interested in more of that information when it does end up dropping. Because to be honest, guys, I would love a new game plus style to where you could play through the game again on like a harder difficulty. Maybe they'll tie different cars to it. Maybe they'll tie different upgrades. And I don't know, dude. There's a lot of different things I feel like they could do. So I'm interested to see really how this does end up going. Now, a few things I do want to mention here when looking at some of the gameplay is at least a few things I noticed, guys, that caught my eye, had to mention. The motion blur in some of the parts was a little bit insane. I would say something I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like you could barely see anything going on in some parts, which is probably kind of hard not to notice, if you know what I'm saying. The other part of it is how the camera is when it's following you. The way it would like zoom in or shake randomly or like shake as much as it was. I'm hoping they'll like tweak some of that and do it a little bit better, as I do think some players might not end up liking the way the camera is, if you know what I'm saying. And I feel like that could definitely be something that people may not be the biggest fan of. At least that's what I would probably say, because people are looking at the camera going, oh man, look at this. You know, it's shaking everywhere. I don't like how it zooms in when you brake and little things like that. So I'm hoping some of that will be addressed or at least a little different. Guys, let me know what you all think about that too. What do you think about the motion blur and the way the camera angle and all that looks on the cars? Do let me know your thoughts. I'm super interested. And the main reason for that is to simply see what a lot of people are saying. As I was going through the comments, looking at different things on the games from all these creators that are posting this, and there's some clear things people are looking at and kind of concerned about. So I am also interested to really know what y'all think about it. Like, do you guys like the UI in the game, for example? What do you think about that? I'm kind of getting Need for Speed Shift-ish from it, at least for me, from what I've noticed, which is not a bad thing, by the way. I am totally okay with that, as I love Need for Speed Shift. But do let me know what y'all think about the AI. Let me know what you think about the camera movements, the motion blur that you are seeing. And yeah, I kind of think that's going to be talked about. The other part I feel like could definitely be improved in the game, at least from what I have seen from the gameplay reveal thing, is kind of the sense of speed not being as good as I feel like it could be, as I kind of think when you are going a little bit faster, they could probably update that a bit, guys. I don't know what it is, but a lot of games nowadays is can't do the sense of speed correctly. Now, I know people might say Test Drive could do it, and yes, Test Drive sense of speed is honestly very good. Unfortunately, a lot of the very good things about the game kind of end there, at least from what I have noticed in playing a bunch of racing games and all that. And, you know, a lot of people do seem to agree. So hopefully the sense of speed will get buffed a little bit for the game, I would say. But y'all know what though, besides a lot of that stuff, and again, some of this stuff could be nitpicking and all that, but this is what I have seen from a lot of comments, things I was noticing about watching the trailer multiple times, going over different things in it. Overall, the foundation for this game to me really does seem pretty dang promising. I mean, I'm honestly excited to see what it does, as more racing games are 100% needed, dude. Anyone that says we do not need this game is slop. To be honest, I think people are kind of losing their minds a little bit because we need more racing games to come out, and we also need them not to be copying everything else or copying the more popular games. Y'all know where I'm getting at with that. So seeing Clutch having different abilities like the grappling hook or different approaches to things, I honestly think is kind of dope. I'm super excited for that. I will be real there. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention though is some other details popped up about this, saying that there will be open world activities like Forza, for example, speed traps, stunt jumps, collectibles. It's an open world racing game, so that I would probably say is not all that surprising. Then from Game Riot, some other things. Open world set in the south of France, which we all do know. 1-1 recreation of Monaco. Obviously, apparently this map is very big. Somebody said there's over 700 something roads in it, apparently, which is going to be wild. I feel like this game might actually be massive. And to see Monaco in there, somewhere we really have not been a straight minute in a game. So that's really cool there. It does talk about how the custom Unreal Engine 5 tech thing is also in this. Not too much known about that. You have the installable car gadgets like the Harpoon, which are usable in free roam, and also the missions. Again, guys, those are optional. You don't have to go around just grappling, hooking around like Pathfinder and Apex. So no worry in there. There's obviously a full story that's playable solo or in co-op, a PvPvE multiplayer mode, which is interesting, like police and other stuff. I'm wondering how those activities will do, because something like that sounds like a pretty fun game mode to me. It's also said that it will have a 16-player online multiplayer, which is pretty dang great there because a lot of games don't have big servers whatsoever and they have issues running even a few people in a crew, if you know what I'm saying. And some of the other things that were mentioned was apparently you can get out of your car in certain places and different things on the map. So that's pretty interesting. Wondering how that's fully going to work. I'm guessing buildings for missions or maybe dealerships and different things or houses. Who knows? I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Apparently, there's 150 cars at launch with customization, as we did end up seeing. So, to be honest, I think this is pretty dang awesome. I mean, 150 cars does give me the Need for Speed type of thingy mabobber, if you know what I'm saying, which again is not a bad thing, dude. You cannot have 700 cars in a game and have crazy customization on all 700 cars. So by the looks of that, 150 cars at launch is honestly pretty dope. I mean, that's pretty dang exciting for me. That is a lot. Kind of gives you the Need for Speed thing, which a lot of people love Need for Speed on the customization not having many cars. So I think that kind of does work. And so far from the gameplay reveal, this is looking very promising. I gotta say again though, the biggest thing I kind of think about is how the game is around a year out or so. And it's looking pretty dang polished. I kind of hope other games will take notes of this and kind of do it. But honestly, guys, I could keep yapping about this. I'm honestly super excited. Again, the footage used is from VGC and Dustin Eden. Check out the videos in the descriptions below. They are very good. Dustin Eden did break different things down, talked about Forza Horizon 2 and all that as well. Definitely check out those videos if you guys want to see more stuff broken down and all that. But to be honest, I think this game's looking pretty dang solid, and I'm super interested to know what y'all think about it in the comments below. What do you guys think about the graphics, the cars, the handling? I'm going to say this. I think the handling is better than I expected from this part, okay? I was not honestly expecting it to be that decent or even good in ways. I was kind of expecting it to be terrible. And the fact that people don't like the fact that it's arcadey, I mean, to be real, I don't really mind it, to be honest. I think arcadey is fine if done correctly, which so far from the looks of this, I feel like with some tweaking on the UI, maybe the camera, maybe the motion blur, it would probably be even better once they end up showing this again, or probably when the game does end up launching. I bet you will be even more polished than what it currently is. And I'm kind of excited to see what it does, guys, because again, more racing games need to come out. We need more competition out there. It's super important because it will make other games improve or do different things after seeing how players like this or do this. And I think that's kind of a big issue if, a new racing game is shown and everyone's like, oh, look, more slop. It's like, dude, no one wants racing games, do they? If that's the way they're thinking, it doesn't really make sense. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the entire gameplay reveal. What do you guys think about it? What's your favorite thing? What are you worried about? I want to see what you all think.